Hello everyone, I'm Chessrook44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Avernum 2. Last episode we made a lot of money looting a bandit cavern, and unfortunately I realized too late that while we did spend it all on spells, I forgot the fact that we need money in order to level up. So we haven't leveled up yet. Even though we have plenty of skill points to do so, we need more money, and we don't really have very much. So let's head further west and see what's going on out here. These soldiers watch the roads east of Almaria. It's hard to imagine a force this small protecting the locals from any sort of assault, but their presence is necessary to keep morale up. When they pass you, they look at you with distrust and move past you without a word. Very rude. Can't be sure, but they seem to have a strong dislike of non-humans. Oh, there's something down here. It's interesting. Edible mushrooms don't grow well in most of the Great Cave. Nobody is sure why. This small area is a pleasant exception. The wealthy, happy farmers of this corner of the cave welcome you into their growing town and invite you to dine with the mayor this evening. Sure. The villagers invite you in and give you heaping bowls of rich mushroom stew flavored with giant lizard lard. It's not bad. You trade news about the war. You talk about what happened in the northern caverns when you were last there, and they tell you how savage battles at the other end of the Great Cave have been stretching everyone's resources to the limit. Fair enough. You reach a small fishing village. There are villages like this all up and down this river. The locals welcome you in to pots of savory cavefish stew and conversation. After telling them what you know about how the war is going, you depart. Oh, fair enough. This watchtower is guarded by 8 soldiers. From here, they have an excellent view of the Great Cave for miles around. They are watching for enemies approaching by sea, by air, or by any other route, magical or otherwise. They're dedicated to their duty. They don't even take any time off to speak with you. They just greet you and then brusquely ask you to leave. Okay. What's this? Purgatory, all from the abyss welcome. Avernites stay away. There is a large stone fence blocking off the entrance to this cavern. It's guarded by a motley assortment of humans, Nephilim, and Slips. Most of them have bows, and most of those have arrows knocked. A young, muscular woman walks out and motions you forward. She either wants to talk to you or bring you within arrow range. We'll talk. You walk forward nervously. Fortunately, you are not attacked. When you reach the woman, she introduces herself as Janice and explains who they are. The people in this cave are refugees from the Abyss, a large cave well to the west where people too rowdy or difficult even for Avernum were placed. The Abyss was taken over by the Empire. Many of its residents were killed, some were enslaved, and the rest fled to other parts of Avernum. Many came here to subsist and prepare to defend themselves when the end comes. You can come in, Janice says. We want to be good neighbors, but don't cause any trouble. We're tougher than we look. A gate in the fence is open so that you can pass. The guards give you dirty looks as you walk by. People in the Abyss are very distrustful of Avernites. Considering that Avernum put them there, it's understandable. Alright, we'll visit. Several huts have been built here by refugees from the Abyss. When the people see you coming, they walk inside and slam the doors shut. After a few minutes of being ignored, you leave. This is likely the response you'll get from most of the people here. Okay. A group of brigands fresh from the Abyss walks up to you. One of their number, a large fellow with a stone knife, says, "You'll have to pay a toll to pass. 5 coins. Pay up." He flexes his muscles menacingly. We won't do that with brigands. Attack. He's a smart fellow. The moment you draw your weapons, he realizes that he is dramatically outclassed. He and his brigands run for their lives. Good. This is a small crude stone hut here, built against the wall of the cavern. When you approach, a man comes out and invites you inside. He introduces himself as Scab. Inside the cramped hut are all manner of thieves' tools, poisons, and other criminal accessories. Scab immediately sets about trying to sell them to you. You aren't surprised that Scab is allowed to sell these tools here. Agents of Avernum such as you need them to fight the Empire. People from the Abyss hate Avernites, but they hate the Empire more. You only have 133 gold. We need some more. Gold ring. We do need one for a quest, but I think we're fine. Besides, we can't even afford it now. Oh, I forgot. You gotta get that studded armor identified. You know what? I think we can go do that right now. Just a quick trip east. I'll cut it while I run. Alright, we have something we need identified if you would be so kind. Cursed studded armor. Of course it was cursed. Well, we get some of our coin back, but it wasn't worth the identification cost. Okay. And now I run back. Once again, I'll cut it. Okay, and I'm back here. Let's take a look around some more. Big empty area to the north. There's a heavily armed guard post on this shore watching for Empire incursions from the north. They greet you nervously, and they seem relieved when you leave. That looks like Almaria over there. You reach a small hut populated by a clan of fisherfolk. The clan matriarch welcomes you in, but she is clearly very upset. Oh, the misfortune that has befallen us! 2 of my boys are ill, and I have not the money to buy the herbs to heal them. She pulls out a small charm. It is silver with 3 bright pieces of topaz. But look, this is a fine piece of jewelry. I snuck it down from the surface with me. It is yours for but 500 coins to save my boys. Oh, please, will you help us? I wish I could, but I lack the funds to be able to pay for it at this time. Alright, well, Almaria Bridge, toll 5 gold. Well, we may as well go into Almaria, our first entrance into the Great Cave. Can't really explore anything else. The toll to cross the bridge or cross this river is 5 coins. After all you've done for Avernum, you would think that the guard might consider giving you a break. Alas, it is not to be. Alright, we'll pay. You pay, and the relieved guards let you through. And Almaria. It's the way through. The sign depicts a simple gold ankh. Well, that's interesting. Almaria is really big. What is going on in the north there? Something. We'll take a look at the north in a bit. First, I may as well take a look at everything to the south here. Let's see. First, we'll take a look in here. Ah, that just goes around the outside. You find a small private military dock from which supplies and soldiers are shipped into the northern cities. Looking around, it is clear that Almaria is a supply hub for the entire Avernite army. That's probably part of the stuff happening in the north, so I'll stay out of there for now. Simple gold ankh. What's this? Be kind to your fellow patients. Try to keep your moaning as quiet as possible. A tall, thin, blonde woman sits cross-legged in front of a brazier, from which incense smoke billows. When you approach, she turns a serene gaze up to you. I am Miranda. Welcome. Were you meditating? I seek a way for peace and tranquility when all that is around is death. Is peace even possible? A dream perhaps unattainable, perhaps naive, but look around. Truly, what other dream is there worth having besides being able to seek one's life path in peace? The Empire is death to us all. Perhaps. All people do is try to find ways to kill one another. I see it in them, I see it in you. I saw it on the surface. All I can do is heal them when they fall in the hope that they gain some wisdom in their recuperation. She sighs and a half-smile flits across her face. Heavens, I sound naive. Oh well. Oh, we have no need for a healer. Let's see. City Hall. Ah, perhaps we can find some quest here to do. The secretary for City Hall snoozes gently behind the desk, almost totally obscured by the huge stacks of papers before him. The plate on his desk says, Duckworth. Excuse me, can you help us? When you ask, he grumbles and shifts slightly in his chair. Hey, wake up! He grunts, shifts in his chair, mutters, go away, and starts to snore gently. Whether he's exhausted from overwork, lazy, or suffering from narcolepsy, it's clear that you won't get any help from him. Okay then. Ah, and you must be the one in charge. A huge, bearded bear of a man sits at the end of the table, reading a scroll unhappily. He would seem quite out of place in these lovely surroundings, were it not for his mayor's sash. He looks up. Ah, adventurers! Greeting! Hello! I'm Bevan, mayor of Almaria. Greetings, Your Honor. How are you keeping yourself occupied? He puts down his scroll, picks up another one, and sighs. Keeping things running and staying out of the way of the military, mainly. Are there lots of military folks around? Almaria is the safest town in Avernum and the most central, so we're the supply depot for the whole army. He waves at the ocean of paper before him. It's a nightmare of paperwork, but at least we aren't under attack. He looks across the table at you. You're adventurers? You're probably looking for a mission. As a matter of fact, yes, we would love a mission, and the coin that would go with it. Mayor Bevan looks somber. One of our most unstable mages who went by the name Sixtus suddenly started to believe we wanted him dead. He disappeared. I'd like you to find him and make sure that he does nothing to aid the Empire. Do whatever it takes. Tell me... Bevan reclines back and watches you. You are a welcome distraction from the paperwork. The chair he sits on and polished table before him are unusually opulent for Avernum. Tell us more about Sixtus, if you can. He left, and he took lots of vital records with him. If the Empire caught him, it would be a disaster, not to mention the harm he could do in his paranoia. We don't know why he went mad, but, well, it happens to Avernites often enough. We need you to either convince him to return, or, failing that, kill him. Do this, and you will be rewarded. If you accept, go ask Abby about Sixtus. She knew him. She's somewhere around the supply bins. Of course. Interesting. Nothing in there. And we can't seem to... When you enter the passage, a magical voice says, Authorized people only. The traps ahead are deadly, and the quest to rob Almaria is futile. You walk further into the secret passage. It's quiet. There's a faint smell of ozone in the air. Okay, how badly will this hurt? In the passage to the west, small sparks are flying off the floor. Can I use this? Nope, doesn't work. Can't get through anyway, so that was pointless. Okay, so we'll stay out of there for now, even though we could use the coin. Okay. Let's take a look in here. Once again, the passage around the outside. Ah, guard post there. Another guard post here. And that goes out into this guard post. Okay, fine. Shannon's weaponry. Hello there. You meet a woman with short curly hair and skin pale even by Avernite standards. You would think that she was born here. She puts down the rapier she was sharpening and greets you. I'm Shannon. Can I take a closer look at your weapons? Ah, just various weapons and the like. Okay. What do you sell? She waves at the weaponry surrounding her. You can buy all of this if you got the cash. It's tough getting good weapons and armor in these times, but we're clever. You said we're. Who else works with you? Well, Jay and I only came down here 2 years ago, but we were good strangers on the surface world, and we're better here. Thing about lots of fighting, there's plenty of salvage. Where do you find your salvage? We search the passages around here for battlegrounds. It's grisly work, but Avernum needs weapons more than scruples. I do have a few high-quality weapons pulled off the bodies of dead Empire troops. Do you now? You pretty much look like you mostly have stone and iron. It doesn't look like there's gonna be anything in here. Okay. Jay's Old Day Armoire Shop. Shut up, I know how it's correctly pronounced. I wanted to have fun. There's a tall, skinny guy sitting behind a counter polishing a shield. He's really pale like all citizens of Avernum, but not as pale as most. He even has a tiny bit of color in his cheeks. Hi! He greets you with a wide smile. I'm Jay. What sort of shop is this? Well, you can buy all sorts of armor here. And then if you want weapons, you can get them nearby. Oh, really? Where are weapons sold? Shannon sells them next door. Do you know Shannon? He grins. We came down into Avernum together. We were some of the last ones to do so just before the war started. It was tough, but we're adjusting. Why were you thrown into Avernum, if you don't mind me asking? My loud mouth, and Shannon's. The Empire can do all the foolish things they want, but talk about it and you get in plenty of trouble. Not an unusual story. Pretty much all poor and iron. Nothing really that good. Which I suppose makes a bit of sense. Nothing in there. Apothecary. Fair enough. There is a buxom, smiling woman with long black hair sitting behind the counter. A long row of bottles filled with brightly colored fluid is arrayed before her. I'm Rosemary. What's in the bottles? These are fine potions, which you may purchase from me. This is a time of great demand. Why is demand high? Almaria has become the main supply hub for the whole army. Everything they have comes through here. They're always needing new equipment, and they often come to me. I'll buy all sorts of stuff. Curious about something else. Rosemary watches you attentively. She is polite enough to not continue working while speaking with you. Can you tell me where you find your potion ingredients, if I may ask? She's still smiling, but you can tell from her eyes that she thinks that was a rude question. Now, a lady never reveals her secrets. Spiritual herbs would be useful, but we really can't spare any coin right now. Hello. What's in here? Iron bolts and steel arrows. Steel arrows would be very good. Give them to Talia. Okay. That's handy. Right. Now what's in here? These houses or storage sheds? Houses. Okay. Maybe we'll find... We can disarm these traps. See. Coins! 86 coins! Good, we needed that. What else is out here? Anything in any of these other houses? Paper, pen and ink. Poor fur. Nothing we need here. And in here... Nothing, and nothing. Well, at least we got 86 coins, so that's something. Oh, this is a big inn. Let's see. You meet a short, round woman clad in rough mage's robes, designed for traveling. She shakes your hand gladly. I'm Laura, well met. Well met indeed, my lady. May I ask about your future plans? My familiar and I are heading back to the Tower of Magi. I want to learn more about the Venati, and there seems to be the best place. What is a familiar? My magical animal companion, Dagger. If you see her, you can say hi, but don't expect politeness. She's not a happy animal. We have met the Venati. They are a strange people. Oh, yes. Everyone's talking about them, but especially mages. A whole new people to learn about, to learn skills from. Pity so many of them hate us. Still, they're on everyone's mind. A soldier at Fort Emerald, he even claims some of them were nearby. You don't happen to remember the soldier's name, do you? A soldier named Brian. Ask him about the Venati if you want. He claims that somewhere nearby, near an Empire outpost. Although that's impossible, he must have been hallucinating. Why would the Venati be consorting with Empire troops? Very good question. You meet a woman with the look of having traveled from one end of Avernum to the other. She is perched on top of a stool turning a guitar. Instruments like this are extremely rare in Avernum. Hello, travelers. I'm Gypsy. Nice instrument. My thanks, strangers. I spent a year making it on the surface. When I was thrown down here for singing a bawdy ballad mocking the stiffs in power, they were merciful enough to let me take it down here with me. Traveling and playing is my life now. I just came over from Darman. Darman? Where's that? Never been there? Big city under a hill, well to the west. Probably the busiest place in Avernum. Why is it so busy? Never seen people move faster in all of Avernum than there now. You see, the big front between us and the Empire is just north of there. Lots of action, lots of fighting. I'm staying away from there for a while. Want to live to keep playing. With that, she plays a rousing song on her guitar. You stand entranced. It's been a long time since you've heard surface world music. You spend a peaceful hour listening to her play before you move on. Well, I'm glad to listen to the music. You meet a heavy-set Moor with a variety of weaponry. He eyes you and your gear and seems to approve of what he sees. He grants you a broad smile. Greetings, adventurers. I'm Monty. Hi, are you just passing through? I'm heading over to Bloss, you know, about 100 miles west. They have a need for good fighters there. What's going on in Bloss? The Empire started attacking there a lot since the barriers came down. They're starting to learn their way around the caves. Good place for a mercenary to be. Just between you and me, though, if you go there, keep your eyes open. Word is there's some spying going on. They say that the Empire has spies in Blosk? That's just a rumor. That Blosk has a lot of trouble with that. It means they need good men all the more. We'll have to keep our eyes open out there. An immaculately groomed Nephar stands proudly behind an immaculately clean bar. He bows. I am Humor. Welcome to my inn. His speech is unusually clear for a Nephil or a Nephar. Hello, is this your inn? I own this inn. How I came to have it is an odd tale, but it is mine, and I run it with pride. You may buy my fine rations, or get a room for a mere 5 coins, and we are one of the few that sells the fine Almarian wine. I'd like to hear the tale if you'd like to tell it. Rhiannon, a kind lady, ran this inn before me. She took me in when I was but a kid during the wars between your people and mine. She raised me, and when she died, may she find rest, the inn was left to me. People feared me at first, but they got used to me quickly enough, and now I own this inn. His lithe form stands proudly. We'd like to buy some wine. Well, not really, but thank you.